This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion, and this is where we bring you all the latest and hottest breakfast live on Ghana Talks Radio. I know you are surprised to see me here, so unfortunately, Miss Esenam will not be able to join us. And also sorry for the inconvenience because we had one or two technical glitches here and there. I answer to the name Regina Bless, and I have with me Miss Debbie Adoso. Hope all is well.
By the grace.
We bless God. So today, without wasting much time, we would be moving straight to today's discussion. So NPP's Kamal Dean slams Bafo Boni over justification of Atayi's 70-year jail term. Deputy National Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party, Alhaji Kamal Dean Abdul, has criticized Chief Justice nominee Justice Paul Bafo Boni for justifying the 70-year jail term handed to convicted armed robber Atayi on grounds of personal fear. Kamal Dean described the nominee's explanation as very low and inconsistent with the principles of judicial fairness and oath of office. I chanced on something when watching the vetting process and I was appalled. A judge who is supposed to be the head of affairs of the judicial system of our country said he had to give somebody 70 years because he was afraid to die when he came out. So I wouldn't like to go much into details because we have a very short video I would love all of us to watch. So stick and stay.
You see, so I mean, there are so many reasons. The magistrates, the judge, they are trained. They have this. The sentencing guidelines. They have them, but sometimes they have to go beyond it. In my youthful days, I gave somebody 70 years. Atayi, I gave him 70 years. And what I told myself was that if Atayi was given 30 years and he comes back, my family will be the first family he will attack. So by the time he comes back after 70 years, I will be dead and gone. So you see, then we are thinking about community service. Yes, there are some people who, if you give 3 years, 4 years, touch wood, if I am convicted and sentenced to 4 years in prison at Insawam, I may not eat prison food for even a day. I will have some people bring food to me. So if you want to make me feel the prison punishment, prison sentence, then maybe you should order me to go and do community service. Maybe around the place where I stole, or around the courts, that they'll see me, because punishments are not only for the person, the victim, or the person being punished, but to deter other people. So community sentences should be introduced, but that one is in your bosom. It's a law. That one will have to be.
I believe we all heard that, but please do well to bring in your comments via our socials on Ghana Talks Radio, especially YouTube and Facebook. So as we were discussing, the voice we all heard was Paul Bafo Boni, and according to him, he jailed or sentenced Atayi, the most popular and notorious and tyrant criminal in the then times. A man is 70 years, excuse me to say, because of his own personal interest. When I watched the video, I was like, wow, this is not supposed to be, especially coming from a nominee who is supposed to be a chief justice. So, Miss Debbie, I believe you also saw the video. You heard it. You heard people's criticism, how people were condemning it. And I believe you also have a condemnation for that.
Yes, I do. Because as a justice nominee, appointed justice nominee, so which means that in few days to come, if you are being approved, you become a chief justice. You are in the midst of people who have already disapproved your appointment as a justice. So I believe at that critical moment that you should be careful with your choice of words and the things you put out there, because if you are not being careful, the words you say will be used against you. And what he said was unconstitutional, and it's a violation to the rights of the corporate. So although the person has been found guilty and then you are supposed to jail the person, why then do you give the person more than the time he is supposed to spend in prison? It means that is what is going on in our prisons, what judges are doing. I would say he said it not knowing that is like it's something very useful, or crucial. But trust me, what he said is very, very important, and I feel like we are supposed to keep hammering on that, because it is bad. As a CJ, you don't say this. Even if you've done that, it should be with you. As you said earlier on, you see, there are certain things that you need to die with. There are certain things you cannot put it out there. There are certain behavior, some things some kind of act you've involved yourself before. Even your parents, you cannot tell them. You are going to die with that because you cannot say it. It's something that is going to be with you till the rest of your life. For such a thing, you don't say it, because at that stage of your life, you are between, let me put it this way, you are between life and death. Life and death, because there's a probability whether you are going to be approved or you're not going to be approved. And as it stands now, the minority are already not on your side. So you don't say something that they will take. This morning, I saw a release by one of the MPP patriots saying that the CJ appointed should be taken on for what he said. You don't do that. It's very bad, and I can boldly say that 99% of the people that are being jailed today are serving their jail term more than what they are supposed to serve in prison. Because they are afraid. Yes, we know that these people are very notorious. That when they are being giving the freedom back into the society, there is this kind of fear that they might do worse than what they have done. But even if you have done that, it should be between you and your God. You don't say this here. So this can even be a blockade to you being appointed.
Do we have the right to label him as corrupt? It's a very big word.
It's a very big word, though. Corrupt.
Or
corrupt, but biased. Okay. Yes. Corrupt, they know, but then when we say biased, then I'll say yes, he's being biased. And you say, with what he has started doing, with what the former CJ has done, for me there is no clear difference.
Exactly.
It means that he will even do more than what and worse than what the CJ has already done or has already done, and then we are seeing it and we are talking about it today. So we need to be careful. I feel like our utterances, you should be careful with what you say. At that very moment, there are certain things you're not supposed to say. A whole CJ for that matter.
I was shocked.
Me myself, I was surprised. I was very, very, very surprised. And trust me, if this man is not being approved, I wouldn't be so surprised because of what he said.
I think he shouldn't even be approved.
Even if you are full of integrity, because of that little word.
Exactly.
We should be careful, because your own mouth can destroy your own blessing. Someone might want to help you, okay, and then because of what you do, I remember, I'm not diverting, but then I remember I needed data. So a colleague, I don't know, I had no idea my colleague wanted to buy me data. So I was like, oh, I don't have data. And she said something. I said, hey, me, I'm rich. The bank I am supposed to withdraw my money from, they've closed. And the way I did it, she was like, okay, madam, I'm not buying
and then that's
like,
all.
Please, I beg.
And
she was like, no, because and she was like, this is what you do. If somebody is coming to help you, how will the person help you? Because the person have it in mind that you have it.
Rich, yes.
I'm missing a million minutes. I don't even have Momo. So you see it. So I feel like we should be careful with our utterances. Else, with your own mouth, you're going to destroy something very big that is coming your way, and that is what the CJ is doing. So So I wouldn't be surprised at all if he's not being approved. This alone is a firm ground that the minority can keep hammering on. So you are being disapproved.
Yeah. All right. So thank you very much. And I also believe as a Chief Justice, you need to be free and fair. You need to make sure that the ruling or the sentencing or the last verdict you give to a criminal or someone at fault should be according to the law. And one thing he said was sometimes according to the law is 5 years, but sometimes according to them they go beyond
that,
which is wrong. So please, Chief Justice nominee, I doubt you would be accepted, but if you are accepted, please do well and work diligently. So to our last story for today, we will discuss this briefly. Inequality, corruption threaten Ghana's moral fabric. This is coming from the Catholic bishops. President of the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference, Most Reverend Matthew Kwesi Jemfi, has expressed concern that Ghana's moral and democratic foundation has been eroded by deep-seated inequality, corruption, and recurring acts of violence. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the 2025 Plenary Assembly of the GCBC held at the Unity Center in Damango, Most Reverend said that while Ghana continues to be admired globally as a beacon of democracy and peace, this reputation marks a troubling undercurrent of moral and social decay. Ghana continues to be admired as a beacon of democracy and peace in West Africa. Yet, beneath this celebrated image lies a complex reality marked by inequality, corruption, and recurrent violence that threaten the moral fiber of our society. So according to him, we are known worldwide that Ghana is known for the peace, Ghana is known for this, Ghana is known for that. But beneath that, there's inequality, corruption, and recurring violence. So Ms. Debbie, briefly, what do you have to say about this, and also what ways do you think the government or citizens can adapt to make sure that Ghana is a
country free from corruption?
Exactly.
But it will be very, very hard, but then I believe there is nothing too hard when you set your mind to achieve a particular thing. No matter how hard it is, if only you've set your mind that this is what you are going to do, you are going to do it. So I believe that no matter how hard corruption is and no matter how difficult we see it to be, when we've made our mind as a country to fight against it, we can equally do that. We have other countries that are trying their possible best to fight against corruption, and they are doing it because the laws are working. Now when you come to my country, Ghana, we want to fight against corruption, but the laws are not working. The laws backing corruption, the laws that states that anyone found culpable or found guilty in a scandalous activities that needs to be jailed or needs to be prosecuted, we don't do it. And then we end up jailing people, giving them unreasonable years to spend in prison while the real thieves are walking about. I made some statement here some other time that it is only in Ghana that when an ordinary Ghanaian go to steal, the person is being called a thief. But when a politician go to steal, we tend to give it a big name, financial irregularities. You see, so this is very bad, and then it's hurting us as a country. So you see, corruption, we can fight it, but we can only fight it when we made up our mind that we are going to fight it regardless of who you are. Just as the law states that no one is above the law, it means that even as a president, when you go against the law, you need to be punished, and that needs to be done. Recently, we had a lot of expose that shows that public officials were involved in embezzling state funds, like the NSS. We only use the NSS because it is very crucial. We have a lot of graduates serving or giving their all and their best to their government, and then they don't get paid. Even with this current one, they are not being paid.
Really?
They are not being paid, because I have a colleague who started her NSS service, and she said they are not being paid. So I was asking her
with time.
Okay, because they said they are doing some, they're putting things in place. We had a lot of people, this NSS personnel, way back demonstrating that they were not being paid, not knowing they were being paid. And then one person was diverting that money into her own account, to the extent that she herself has now become an NSS personnel, someone employed by the government, taking like 4,000 to 5,000 a month, and still taking 700.
Greed.
700 though. Comparing 700 to 4,000. 700 then a bayo. If it transporting quest canasa, what will you use 700 to do? It's nothing compared to 4 to 5,000. You are taking 4 to 5,000 a month, and 700 that they are giving to this national service personnel, you are still taking it. This is a high peak of wickedness and witchcraft. If we say somebody is performing witchcraft, you're not supposed to paint your face and be demonstrating a caricature movement here. All this act shows that you are a witch, and you are a criminal, you are a thief. That is who you are. And so these people, before we can fight this corruption thing, they need to be arrested. And the only problem we have in this country is we are so good to expose these people, bring them out, tell them amount of money they've embezzled, and then we allow them to go. They don't face the law. Even if they face the law, they keep adjourning the case, and adjourning the case. So the issue dies out, and sometimes they pay the media to silence the issue. They pay communicators to sit on big media platforms and then talks on behalf of these people, rubbish the case as if they are innocent. How do we expect to fight corruption when the people who are taking the lead are corrupt themselves? We cannot fight corruption. If you are a leader and you are preaching to me to not to engage or indulge in corruption, meanwhile you are the chief thief, how do you expect me to cope? I will follow your footsteps, because you cannot be thieving our money whilst I'm suffering. I'll also thief some, because I cannot be suffering under your control. So to fight corruption, there is a lot of work we need to do. First, we need to prosecute these people, and as I said, no one is above the law. So if as a government official you didn't respect yourself as a government official, one, you didn't consider the fact that the money you are stealing, I'm not going to use any word, the money you are stealing has to do with taxpayers' money. You didn't consider that. Then we should also not consider you being jailed. And I think we should review some of the rules, the constitution, the laws. I feel like anyone who embezzled from the state, after the money is being retrieved, there should be a punishment, hard labor punishment, even if it is 5 or 10, 20 years, so that when you go in and then you come out, you'll be very, very careful. I'm saying this because we've seen Ghanaians, ordinary Ghanaians, being jailed for something small. This morning I was showing you a news that says that a Ghanaian went to rob, what's that now, with toy gun, went to rob a US diplomat with toy gun, and then he has been jailed 10 years.
Yes.
Once we have the road thieves in suit, sitting in air-conditioned offices, stealing big money, traveling every second out of the country, and they are being allowed to go scot-free. How do we expect to fight corruption with this kind of baller mindset?
How do we expect to fight corruption with this kind of baller mindset? That is coming from Miss Debbie. So this is where we would end the news headlines, but up next we'll be bringing you Debbie's Girl.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear or favor. Former national chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Freddie Blay, has criticized the special prosecutor Kisi Ejaben, describing his term as disappointing and unproductive. Speaking in an interview, Mr. Blay said the office of the OSP has received substantial government funding but has failed to produce tangible results after assuming office. I am not entirely satisfied with the result of what is happening. I am not. A lot of money has been sent to that organization. We have only heard quite a number of press conferences from him and chasing after shadows. A lot of smoke with no fire, he said. Blay further drew a comparison between Kisi Ejaben and his predecessor Martin Amidu, noting that the latter delivered results even with limited resources. According according to him, Martin Amidu was impartial and firm in his commitment to fighting corruption, earning respect from both sides of the political divide. When the appointment of Martin Amidu came, it raised a few eyebrows from our own Ghana, the MPP. Even at the cabinet level, it was debated, but one thing was clear. Many of us agreed that the man had integrity. He was very fair-minded, not vindictive. He described Amidu as a man of integrity and fairness who was determined to let the law guide his action. Office of the Special Prosecutor. It's sad. It's very, very sad. If that office has no use, it wouldn't be established. But it has a very crucial role to play. That is why it was established. And I believe every month an amount of money is being pumped into that office to ensure that the right thing is done. To ensure that thieves who call themselves government workers, who call themselves government appointees, who call themselves members of parliament, will not be allowed to go scot-free. If in case they are being caught red-handed, taking something that does not belong to them. But what do we see? The OSP, or the Office of the Special Prosecutor, has been established for 8 good years with no result. Now the OSP is saying that his office is not well resourced, and that is why he's not working well. And in some instances, he said his office is being influenced by upper hands, where he cited example, and then we know what is happening in the country. So let me give you one. That has to do with the former finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta. We know what he did. We know how money has been pumped into a big hole, a national cathedral, and it has now become a manhole feeding snakes and snails. And the person is nowhere to be found. Now, when the OSP is being questioned, that as an OSP, you should have people working on ground. You should have spies in all institutions. You are one, but your eyes has to be all round. You are supposed to see what is going on. That is your work. And so the OSP, if you go to the office of the OSP, it's not only the OSP, Mr. Kisiye Jabin, you are going to see. He has other subordinates that he work hand in hand with to execute his mandate as an OSP, as a special prosecutor. So how then do you tell us that Ken Ofori-Atta was able to smuggle himself out of this country without being noticed? He said at that time the former president was in power, and we all know that Ken Ofori-Atta has a relation, or is a cousin to the former president, the then president Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. And he said they were not being notified. That was what he said. So which clearly means that his hands was tied. But I believe as an OSP, you're supposed to be fearless. Your work has to be full of integrity. And then the same party who brought you now are saying that they've resourced your office. They said they've given you the money. They're giving you everything that will aid in executing your activities easily, without struggling. Now, you see, as it stands now, we don't even know who to believe anymore. Whether to trust the OSP, whether to trust the other party, whether to trust the other side, no one knows. Because everybody is bringing out something different each day. And I think we all have spoken about how quiet the Office of the Special Prosecutor has been. It is sad. Because not even an ant has been arrested. Not even an ant has been arrested. Now looking at Martin Amidu, who held the office before, if you want to compare his work to the OSP, I can clearly tell you that that man did massively well. He did well. And even Freddie Blay is confirming that. but he was less resourced. But he worked well. So what is preventing you, Mr. Kisie Jaben, with all respect and humility? What is preventing your office? Yesterday, Strategic Mobilization Limited is also bringing another false accusation that you went there to investigate. Your people went there to investigate. After the investigation, they took things that do not belong to you. Why? For that, whether it's true or not, the court will bring a final verdict on that. But you should understand that all this thing astonishing the image of the OSP as it stands now. We've lost trust in the office of the special prosecutor. In as much as you can't want to say things and people hail you, we hail you with our mouth, but within our heart, we know Nkosi Bebia. Because we are not freshers in Ghana. We are Ghanaians. We know the tricks of these people. We know it. From the beginning of this current administration, when they declared former finance minister a fugitive, look at how people were responding. Everybody had this kind of joy and excitement because we knew people looted from the state. We knew people embezzled state funds. We knew taxpayers' money was stolen. And so everybody was eager to see these people being arrested. So when we saw all those stuffs, we were happy. Everybody was eager to know the outcome. But where has all those things gotten to as it stands now? Where has it gotten to? Tomorrow you will come with a different story. The next day is another different story. What is happening? What is happening? Office of the Special Prosecutor, please. Although you came out few days ago with a press conference and blah 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 blah, knowing fully well that Nkodu Bebia Momudie, but please, you need to sit up. You need to wake up. If not, then to the president, that office needs to be scattered. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Girl.
Thank you for making time with us on Debbie's Girl, and also thank you for joining us in today's headlines discussion. So up next we have our morning news.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news update on GhanaTalks Radio. Coming up, Speaker of Parliament apologizes to judiciary over Balfour Bonny's vet and chaos. Public Accounts Committee Chair praises government's commitment to economic reforms. Ghana launches clean cooking campaign to protect the environment and promote sustainable energy. Ebri Hin advocates for improved healthcare facilities in Ebri. These and many more coming up shortly in business, sports and showbiz. The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, has issued a formal apology to the judiciary following the heated exchange that occurred during the vetting of Chief Justice nominee Paul Bafo Boni on Monday, November 10th. In a statement to the House on Tuesday, November 11th, Mr. Bagbin expressed regret over the incident and reaffirmed Parliament's deep respect for the judiciary as a co-equal arm of government under Ghana's 1992 Constitution. Mr. Bagbin stressed that the judiciary remain independent and must not be subjected to control and direction from any person and authority. He reminded members of the doctrine of separation of powers, which requires the executive, legislature and judiciary to relate to one another with mutual respect and restraint. The Speaker further disclosed that he has directed the leadership of the appointment committee to take note of the incidents and ensure that in all future proceedings, the highest standards of civility, objectivity and institutional respect are maintained. He also noted that Parliament cherishes its long-standing cooperation and mutual regard with the judiciary and remains committed to strengthening that relationship in the collective service of Ghanaians and the country's constitutional democracy.
The standing orders serve as a reminder that our proceedings must always reflect the dignity and integrity of Parliament as a key organ of state. As Speaker, I wish to reaffirm Parliament's unwavering respect for the judiciary as a co-equal arm of government under Article 125, Clause 1 of the 1992 Constitution, which vests the judiciary power of Ghana in the judiciary.
Former Deputy Finance Minister Honorable Abena Osei Asari has expressed satisfaction with the current government's commitment to continuing economic reforms initiated by the previous administration. Speaking on the government's economic policies, she noted that the present administration is building on the foundation laid by its predecessor. Addressing inflation, Osei Asari acknowledged that while her government had managed to reduce inflation in its first year, a common trend for new government, the real challenge lies ahead. She emphasized that the implementation of the IMF program will be crucial in determining the country's economic trajectory.
We have brought inflation down to 7.8% before. You understand? So, and I told you, in the first year of every government, go check Osafo Mafo, go check Kwabena Dufo, go check Setekwe. You will see that in their first year, what they seek to do is to bring inflation down, because usually they inherit an economy with very high inflation. It is good that, I mean, we put some measures in place, like we said. We put some measures in place that before leaving, we saw inflation coming down. We saw the economy grow to the tune of 1 trillion. And then we also brought our debt to GDP ratio down to 61%. Meanwhile, we inherited 72.5% in 2016. So clearly, they are fast forwarding, or yes, if I should put it that way, the reforms that we put in place. I am happy that they are going by those reforms, and that is what is yielding the results. But the most important thing is to sustain this to the end of beyond the IMF program. And that is where the fear is. That beyond the IMF program, have they put in buffers? Have they put in systems and strategies that will uphold or maintain whatever they have done? And for me, I'm happy with what they are doing. And I will say that the most important thing, the test will come after the IMF and they have gone off the IMF program and what they have put in place.
The Energy Commission, in partnership with the Ministry of Energy, has launched a clean cooking campaign aimed at promoting environmentally friendly cooking options to reduce reliance on traditional solid fuels. The initiative was unveiled at the West African Clean Energy and Environment Trade Fair 2025. The campaign seeks to address the significant health and environmental impact of inefficiencies cooking methods which affect millions of Ghanaians, particularly women and children. According to reports, nearly 60% of Ghana's population relies on traditional solid fuels, leading to approximately 6,500 deaths annually due to household air pollution. The National Clean Cooking Policy aims to establish a structured framework for promoting clean cooking solutions. The policy also outlines regulatory and fiscal incentives to boost investment in the sector and support local industry development. Adding to the sale, the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, John Abdullahi Jinapor, emphasized the need for a collaborative approach to achieve universal access to clean cooking.
So the Energy Commission, working together with the Ministry of Energy with funding from World Bank, is spearheading the Clean Cooking Initiative for Ghana. So we're putting together a policy and some regulations around clean cooking, just to help make sure that the products that are coming out on the market are fit for purpose and that they achieve the objectives for which we're encouraging women to go into clean cooking. So as I mentioned during the panel, there will be a lot more information coming out on clean cooking, and so we'd like to ask Ghanaians and women, especially in the rural areas, to tune in to the TVs if they have the radio stations. There'll be a lot more for them to learn about.
The Brihin Nana Osei Kofi Akofra II is calling for the establishment of an eye clinic and dialysis center in Ebri to enhance healthcare services in the area. The initiative aims to provide residents with access to specialized medical care, reducing the need for referrals to other facilities. The Brihin's push for improved healthcare facilities aligns with efforts to promote health tourism and provide quality medical services to the community.
Woye o mampong, woye o busumase, abotechi, ne ade nyina nyansa adontoman edu yenso. Yenso ye enye menko, me mankrado ye. Ahemfo na wo me honu nyina no. Obi afini di ase a obi aye. Na mo media no na say ekramas. The whole program no. Ye manity through ene yesu wo ho. Tramo no adoso. Na me tregwa mani amekan makan wie abofra na okofie no wo awofo no obia na obema wasede se okwakoda obehwe se obada na wo fie a obehwe se oba wo fie na uhu ba obehwe no na owahi se nuru bi wo hokra na uhu wodi gubi tesum ne ade na wode ma mofra no na enom a emmoa when area see young nissus say no a young clinic no ye pesi ye senior department bia ye benye bi e wo ho ye kanu ayare a ye say dialysis no mu ni ade a bi ba fi ni ade a ye yare bono ni nyina young MP aba ma wire sim se obabu a na ya ye nti eno na eri si young eni fi afi se putu juma e ho a esiye mato blocks ye was cement ye was sand ye was chippings a ye be juma ni nyina nti ye hwe se ogwira yi mu ye be du be fida no ye betuma cut it out officially na free ye fi juma di na se enenti mema fu nyina afisia pa
na nana kan eye brembo yare no eye kidney yare.
The Conference of Principals of Technical Institutions has highlighted political interference, inadequate logistics, and weak leadership as a significant challenge facing technical schools in Ghana. Speaking at the 2025 annual conference, President Domete emphasized that many schools lack basic infrastructure, hindering the ability to provide quality education. The conference brought together key educational leaders to discuss discussed ways to improve technical and vocational education in the country. Participants engage in workshops, panel discussions, and networking sessions aimed at strengthening the connection between technical education and industry needs. The event aimed to equip students with practical, industry-relevant skills to boost employability and entrepreneurship.
Political interference, inadequate logistics, poor stakeholder involvement, and insufficient leadership training continue to hinder effective governance in our schools. Many of our institutions struggle with limited infrastructure, overburdened staff, and lack of clear strategic planning. Equally concerning is the finding that over 90% of institutions lack any form of staff insurance, while more than 70% have no insurance protection for learners. This exposes our human capital, both educators and students, to unnecessary risk. We must work collectively with policymakers, insurers, and partners to establish a national TVET insurance framework that safeguards everyone within our system.
A devastating fire swept through the Kintampo main market in the Bono region, destroying several shops and goods worth thousands of cedis. The cause of the blaze, as of Tuesday, November 11th, is still unknown, but officials from the National Disaster Management have raised suspicion of arson. The Municipal Chief Executive of Kintampo North, Isaac Donko, visited the scene and hinted that the incident might be politically motivated, aimed at frustrating government effort. NADMO officials are collaborating with the Municipal Chief Executive, microfinance and small loan centers to mobilize support for affected traders. However, Station Officer 2 of the Kintampo Ghana National Fire Service, Ahmed, explained that the delay in responding to the fire contributed to the extensive damage. He urged traders and residents to have emergency contact numbers readily available to observe basic fire safety precautions during the dry season. The incident has left traders counting their losses, with many appealing for support to rebuild their livelihoods.
I came and I saw due evidence that some people are ready to burn our markets, and we saw what the action that they did. And when we went around, we saw that they gathered some empty rubbers with a rope soaked with oil. That oil, because I'm not a forensic expert, I can't identify that oil. I think you pressmen, we saw everything with your naked eyes, that they mobilized to burn other stores. That couldn't materialize. So as a result of that, we are standing here to tell the whole world, especially Ghana, our brothers in other places. It has happened in Techuma market that they burnt, and we are attributing it to people who are cooking in the market. Now it has come to Kintampo market that we saw evidence clear, whereas you, the media men, also saw everything that they were able to induce evidence to burn other stores who couldn't materialize. So we are standing here to tell our collaborators.
Meanwhile, investigations are still ongoing to determine the actual cause of the blaze. In business, some commercial banks in Ghana have begun reversing the controversial 3% charge on foreign exchange cash withdrawals as a relief for customers who have long opposed the levy. Fidelity Bank is among the first to officially scrap the fee. The bank announced that effective Monday, November 10th, it has removed the 3% over-the-counter withdrawal charge of all forex exchange cash withdrawals made against foreign currencies purchased from the bank. The move signals a growing effort within the banking industry to ease costs for customers and improve transparency in forex operations. The 3% charge was originally introduced to offset cash handling and operational costs. However, it has faced persistent criticism from individuals and business of forex transactions at a time when foreign currency demand has been volatile. The decision by Fidelity Bank may trigger similar policy reviews across the sector as banks respond to customer feedback and regulatory experts of a broader push towards improving customer experience within Ghana's financial services. Still on business, Finance Minister Dr. Kaiser Latofosen has underscored the immense potential of Ghana's oil palm industry to create thousands of sustainable jobs and transform rural livelihoods. Speaking during a working visit to the Benso oil palm plantation at the Dum Abanso in the Western region, working contribution to Ghana's agricultural and industrial development, he described the BOPP as a shining example of how targeted investment in economic crops like oil palm can generate large-scale employment and inclusive growth. The finance minister revealed that government is finalizing a comprehensive oil palm plantation with Heart of Oak and other notable Ghanaian football step-ups, recording 6 wins and 2 defeats, accumulating 18 points and sitting atop early standings. With the team performing well on the field, the club is focused on maintaining momentum and building on this positive start. The restructuring of the technical team signals a shift towards deeper consolidation and possibly new ideas off the bench. The Turkish Football Federation has suspended 1,204 players from its professional leagues as part of an investigation into betting. The Turkish Football Federation said players who have been identified as having bet on football, external including 27 from Turkey's top flights, have been referred to the country's professional football disciplinary board. Following the move, matches in the 3rd and 4th divisions of Turkish football have been postponed for 2 weeks, although games in the country's top 2 divisions will continue. The Turkish Football Federation has asked world governing body FIFA for an extra 15 days in addition to the winter transfer window, so clubs can deal with squad shortages. FIFA has been asked for comment. Local media reports also reported that 8 people, including a club chairman, had been arrested by Turkish authorities as part of their investigations. The scandal initially hit the headlines on 27th October when Turkish Football Federation President Ibrahim said hundreds of referees were linked to betting accounts. He claimed that out of 571 referees working in Turkey's professional leagues, 371 had betting accounts and 152 were actively placing wagers. He said the group including 7 referees and 15 assistant referees from Turkey's top 2 divisions, as well as 36 classified referees and 94 assistants from the level below. The TFF president added that 10 referees each placed more than 10,000 bets. 1 referee placed 18,227, while 142 referees placed bets on more than 1,000 matches. Some referees also placed a single bet. Like players and coaches, match officials are forbidden from participating in betting activities by the Turkish Federation regulation, as well as those of FIFA and European governing body. Turkish prosecutors recently issued detention orders for 21 people, including 17 referees and 2 football club presidents, as part of a major investigations into betting and match fixing. In showbiz, just 18 days, all roads will lead to the Palms Convention Center for the 13th edition of the Guinness Ghana DJ Awards powered by Smirnoff. Scheduled for Saturday, November 29th, the much anticipated event promises a thrilling night celebrating Ghana's best DJs, music and creativity. The show will be broadcast, giving fans across the country a front row seat to one of Ghana's biggest nights in entertainment. This year's competition is shaping up to be intense, with DJ Slykin leading the pack with 8 nominations, including DJ of the Year and Best Mobile DJ. Close on his heels in DJ Lord OTB, the reigning DJ of the Year, who has 7 nominations, setting up a fierce showdown between two of the industry's heavyweights. Organized by Mercury Republic, the 2025 edition celebrates the creativity and innovation fueling Ghana's vibrant DJ culture. The final nomination list was carefully selected by the Ghana DJ Awards Voting Board and Academy, made up of respected figures across music, media, marketing, and the creative art. Adding a stylish twist of the night, organizers have announced that the best dressed guest will win an exclusive gateway to the Aqua Safari Resort courtesy of Wakano. And that's how we end it on the morning news broadcast. Do want to log on to all streaming platforms as well as log in onto our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates. Thank you for doing the listening. I am Deborah Adol, so do have a blessed morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Ghana Talks Radio, UK, Abrochimemu, era from Ghana Muha at the sound system, which is spinning machine papa, a free amana never be good among Ghana Muha. It is a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some more sorry, more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boy sound in the moon at the dia and you may come for GTR sounds at the Emao. Your live band in so our tones at the frame, ye beat me abababua. Ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Yawa enkan pumpuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi anse obefre empenifo was 0546960510 GTR sounds emuode angaza.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning to you, and I believe you had a great night. I didn't really have a great night. I know Ima also didn't have. Ima has been traveling throughout the night, so yeah. But we thank God we've been able to make it alive.
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
But how was your journey though?
It was okay. I fixed 2 or 3 days for the journey, but time couldn't allow me. I just have to run for a day and come back. So it was indeed a hectic one, of course.
I can imagine. And talking about your journey, I know it was a long journey. The big push going on. Did you see some roads being fixed as you were?
I haven't seen anything at the north.
Yeah.
I don't know where the big push is. For the northern part of Ghana, I've not seen anything.
You haven't seen anything?
Yes.
Okay.
I think this particular big push, the very day they launched this program, I said it's a nice program though, but some of these flashy, programs or initiatives, we all know the way the turnout or the outcome of it, especially when it has to do with the current government power. It's sometimes not easy. It comes with a lot of shortcuts and a lot of initiatives. They launch a lot. At the end of the day, what is launched and the intention to achieve, at the end of the day, it's not achieved.
Okay.
And so I wouldn't be surprised that traveling all the way from here to northern region, passing through OT, haven't seen any project ongoing.
Okay.
And our roads from the Volta region to OT down to northern part of Ghana, very bad.
Really?
Very bad. So the big push, I don't know where it is for now, but to the best of my knowledge, I haven't seen anything going on.
But probably, hopefully, it might be extended to all these areas that you are talking about. Hopefully.
I pray so, because it's going to really help this country. The road network in this country is really bad. And if there are measures put in place to control some of these things, I mean, it's going to be welcoming. I love it. But my fears is the fact that it will maybe tend to be like SADA and other things we have saw in the past. I mean, we are talking about your mama here and NDC government. This man is not new.
But he has a very good track record of,
past or current.
Past.
Past. Can you mention some of those things? Oh, I don't know them. From 2012. 13, let me be very specific. 2013 to 2016. I tell you, Ghanaians went through a lot of hell. Even our born children felt the heat. And I'm telling you the truth. Look, when John Dramani Mahama won the election, when he was declared, they took the election to court. And when he was declared won, I don't really know what came over him. He looked around, appointed some few people that could help him to steal, and that was what happened in those days.
People remember him to steal.
Of course, these SADA scandals, guinea fowls flying here and there, and all sort of things.
Let me add
this. This is not propaganda. Far from it. My way, guinea fowls. Most of them accepted it.
Most of who?
The NDC people. Are you telling me that the guinea fowl scandal never existed in this country?
It never did.
Really?
Yes.
Then maybe you have to read around
it. You tell me the story. Don't. You tell me the story. Tell me the story.
It's something I don't want to go into it, but
I want us to go. Today, fortunately for us, your opponents are not coming.
Maybe you read through the topics and realize that there's nothing you have to say. So these NDC people, most times they don't come because the topics given to them, they can't sit down to discuss it. That is it. And I'm saying that for the issue of guinea fowl, I don't want to go deep. This thing has been discussed time without a number.
And what was the discussion? Because we have true facts. So we can't. You tell me yours. If it is truth, I will say okay. I'm
all right. So I don't know. What I know about it is that once upon a time we were supposed to have. Guinea fowls. People were supposed to rear guinea fowl. One government said they were going to rear guinea fowl. In fact, establish a very big place for guinea fowl where Ghana we can rear guinea fowl. Somewhere along the line, millions of monies were channeled into it. Of course, millions of monies were channeled into it. And somewhere along the line, we were told that some of the guinea fowls cannot be traced because they are found in Burkina, some are flying across the border and all those things. And this is not something new. We all know it. Every average Ghanaian by then knows it.
Okay, so let me tell you.
And no, you are going to tell me what they've told you. This is a fact.
What was told me? Who published that story? Who published that story?
Oh, it was from different sources. Maybe
it's not true. No. Who was the journalist who came out with that story?
You see, to tell you the truth, I want to tell you that the guinea fowl scandal is real, it's fact.
No.
And so you are telling us today that the guinea fowl scandal was not.
No. So let me tell the story. And the story came from Anasi. Indeed, the NDC said they were going to establish a guinea fowl farm.
Indeed.
Yes.
That has been established.
Yeah. In the northern part of
Was
Ghana.
it guinea fowl farm or company?
Was a farm.
I thought it was a company.
Okay. So, with the location they gave and the timelines, Manasseh went there to inquire what was going on there. Now, when he got there, he met, I think about 2 or 3 guys there. And he asked them about it. Oh, they were supposed. We heard that they are going to establish a guinea fowl farm and whatnot here. How is the process going? And these men told Manasseh that, oh, indeed, some people came here to establish that communication with that. But they said they are going to Burkina. Afterwards, they will come back, but they haven't come back yet.
Okay.
That is the story. So it wasn't the guinea fowls who went to Burkina and they can't find them.
This story is so beautiful, and when you ask anyone at all,
and do you know who came to clarify it? Do you know who came to? It was Manasseh.
Okay, so I want to tell you this. Guinea fowl is not just the only animal we have in this country. You understand?
I know.
You said you were going to create guinea fowl farms for this country. That is well established. You have swim in millions of money into it. Then at the end of the day, we can't find a guinea fowl. What are they? So what
budget went into that?
Millions of money.
No.
Maybe you are the middleman. You should help us.
That's why I'm telling you what you are saying. It's not the actual fact.
Oh, are you telling me they have not even spent anything at the site? People were there, they were not paying them.
The site was indeed occupied. It was, let's say, mandated for that project.
Okay.
But there was no allocated money to purchase those guinea fowls whatsoever.
Oh, it was.
No,
listen. I don't really want us to go into this thing deep. But you see, one thing you should fear in this government is that they can do anything in silence. Anything. It's just like the way they are bullying the current system to favor themselves.
Oh, really?
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know.
You want us to go into that one too?
You can brief me on that. I'll be glad.
Possibly it is obvious that the NDC government has the executive arm of government to themselves. And when you read through the organs of government, we have the executive arms of government, the legislature, and that of the judiciary.
Judiciary.
Yes. So if you look at it, every person found under the executive arm of government, you know they are NDC members. The legislative arm of government, they have control over it because they have the absolute majority. So they have every right and they can influence any government business in parliament. You agree with me?
Sure.
Now, when it turns to the Chief Justice, what is it, the judiciary, they thought it wise that, look, whatever it is, we need to have this system to ourselves so that our ulterior motives of coming back to power would be achieved. So quickly say, oh, the only person that can stand on our way is the Chief Justice. Quickly, they got her out of it.
Okay.
Brought in a different person. In fact, someone that is not even justice in his ways, but only, I don't know, whatever reason it could be, someone that will just sit there and pass judgment because he looks up to the family alone. Hey, come on, this country is really interesting.
Are you sure that's how it is?
He confesses. I always say this. Yes, that is
in
it.
our constitutional laws,
okay.
Do you know that the jail term, the 70-year jail term for armed robbery and murder and violence, it has 70 years. Do you know it's in the jail term? Do you know it is in the jail term?
Listen, I don't.
Do you know it is in the jail term?
I don't want us to go into that.
No, but
listen, I'm coming. I want you to understand that the Chief Justice nominee said someone was supposed to be given 30 years. And I look at the security of my family. And by that declaration, he said, should I give this man 30 years? When he comes back, he's going to attack my family. Therefore, I must add him 40 extra years.
Is that what he said?
That was what he said. That clearly, and I listened to it. Okay. You know one thing.
Okay. I also
today I'm not going
to.
I'm not.
Tell you what
today I'm not going to accept anything. Like, should I tell you? The thing is that the reality is that the man said.
But you know you're on a platform, so we need to dissect it truthfully and factually.
And that is it. That was what he said.
So okay. So here's it then. That's what he said, and he even put it in a context. He said,
I don't care about the context. I care about
you should care about the context.
Which context is it? He said I was supposed to give someone 30 years.
He said that.
But I know my family.
For instance, if you are supposed to give someone 30 years, if there is a jail term, this is the context. I want you to understand the context. The one you say you don't care about.
Oh, fine. I care about it. You can go ahead.
Okay. So, for instance, if there is a judgment for someone ranging from, let's say, 20 to 80 years, now you look at the poster of the person, the record of the person, and you say, okay, if I should give him the minimum of it, and he comes back, he can do this, and that, then you would have to increase you have to go for the extreme.
He will attack your family.
And what is so wrong in admitting that? Because it is part of the occupation he's doing. It is the hazard found in the occupation he finds himself.
Bagwesi, I will be very surprised if this man is made.
I will never be surprised. I won't be surprised. If we had a Chief Justice, who told us that your
you see?
your ID card cannot qualify you as
a citizen,
but your passport can. Meanwhile, the ID card was used.
Is it the birth set or the ID
your
card?
Birth set.
The birth set.
Meanwhile, the birth set which was used for your passport accumulation. Even here, she was enthroned as a Chief Justice. How much more someone who gives judgment based on the security of not just himself but also the society?
Today, I really don't understand your posture in this discussion, but I want to draw your attention to something very clearly. If you listen to that statement, if you listen to it very well, the statement where she mentioned the ID, the birth set, she did very well. She brought in some of the intervening sentences and clarified the whole thing.
For her, you think she did well?
She did well. Compare that.
But for Bonnie didn't do well in clarifying his own.
No. You can. I think that is against the fundamental human rights of
It is never against it.
It's against
it's not,
that I am supposed to be jailed 2 years. You
not.
look at your preferred. You look at the circumstances around you as a judge.
Let's get something right. Let's get something right. The jail term. There is no particular jail term.
Really?
There is no particular jail term.
The man here confesses that
the man said he could have. Listen, if
I was supposed, the language was
we have to remote here. We have to remote here. Okay, let's even use this air condition.
Okay.
We could put it to 22 degrees Celsius. We could. But looking at the heat here, I said, oh no, let me put it to 18.
Okay.
Do you get me?
Very well.
That is the context in which he put it. Looking at the person, what he stands for in society.
Okay.
We could, if he only had, if it was a first time judgment, he could have given him just the 30 or 40. But this is a notorious gang leader. So let me give him 70. Do you really know Atai?
At least.
Today, out of politics, we have people sympathizing with Atai. Charlie, let's be true to ourselves.
It's not out of politics. It's out of fundamental human rights.
It is never true.
You see,
it has never been about
the Chief Justice nominee. Listen, the Chief Justice nominee stated clearly, without equivocation. In fact, he stated in clear language
that
I was supposed to give him 30 years.
That I could have.
See, I don't know why you are threatening this statement to favor.
No, see, it's not even about the Chief Justice.
Maybe
what we are talking
maybe
about.
Maybe we'll use different platforms to listen to
the thing is that it's not even about the Chief Justice. Mine is this. Why is it that we tend to politicize everything? This Atayi matter shouldn't even.
We are looking at justice for the man. Look, if you are giving him 70 years, it should be 70 years. But you should not say. He said he's crime. The crime committee of crimes.
What was the question asked him? What he replied to that?
Look.
What was the question? Because that is where you get the context of what he was saying. What was the question? You said you listened to him. You said you listened to him. You said you listened to him.
Whatever the question could be.
You said you listened to him.
Whatever the question could be.
You said you listened to him.
I did.
So what was it?
And I am saying that whatever the question could be. Whatever the question could be. He should have at least control his.
His tongue, his emotions.
I don't want to say emotions. If I say emotions, it's too, I have to respect him.
All right.
But I feel like some of these things you should not
be saying
it publicly. It's not every one of us who is acclimatized to law. I mean, it's not all of us who know the legalities and what goes into law. So once you say that, all of us, you have informed the public, especially the vulnerables, you have told them that, of course, Atayi was not given fair judgment. You were supposed to give the man 30 years. But because you so much care for your family, you don't even care about Atayi. And you should know that Atayi equally got families, no matter what it is. And so a family member listening to this, how do you think the person will feel? Put yourself into the shoe of the family. So clearly, you know me. I've been one of the guys that don't marry down to, I mean, choosing politics over my country. I always, exactly no, I'm not doing that. Propaganda is not part of me. Anyone who listens to me, will know that propaganda is not part of Emmanuel. Yes, that one there. Clearly, that's my stand. I would always and at all times choose my country over politics. At the end of the day, if NPP comes to power today, they're never going to rule only NPP or animals. It's Ghanaians that are going to rule. For where I sit, for me, I believe that the growth of this country matters so much to us. And what we are saying every day here, it's for the good of the people on the streets.
Sure.
People whose mouths are very silent. People who are voiceless. So we come on social media to speak for them. Well, our interest is not to win power. No. We just want the right thing to be done. That is it.
All right. Well, speaking of all these things and the vetting of the Chief Justice and the NPP stand, that they are not in support of it because the former Chief Justice was not appropriately exited or removed. Why that now? Don't you think that the stance of the NPP now is beginning to validate what many other people have been calling the former Chief Justice to be an NPP member?
That
or
is not
an
that
NPP bias.
Anybody who says anywhere to say that the former Chief Justice, in fact, I think that's the Chief Justice now, because we we have not had any substantive Chief Justice.
But she's no more.
All right, the former Chief Justice. If anyone says anywhere to say that the lady was an MPP member or is an MPP member, I think you are saying it out of your personal interest.
Okay.
I don't think it is true, because I have not seen her anywhere campaigning or indulging herself into any political activities.
Okay, so
if there are,
put it this way, that she was an NPP bias.
Bias, okay. In other words, favored NPP.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the reason they are bringing another person to favor NDC,
no,
right?
That's not the reason.
They're good. You see, clearly on the stance or clearly on this matter, the minority or the NPP just want justice to prevail.
Okay.
We are interested in justice.
Okay.
And in the absence of justice, that is why you see people speaking in favor of others.
Okay.
It's not only the Chief Justice. When teachers and other public servants their appointments were terminated, you saw the position of the minority in Parliament and the NPP as well. We spoke against it. This one, they are still going through that processes. Clearly, we have not found any right or justification why the Chief Justice position was terminated.
You haven't found it.
We as Ghanaians.
The court has found it. The president has acted. It is you who
the
are
president is only acting to favor his personal interest. Like I said earlier,
how is that?
They want to regulate the judiciary system to favor the current government.
Really?
And that is what every reasonable Ghanaian have seen. And they are joining hands with the Chief Justice, the former Chief Justice, to say that no, the removal of her is tantamount to the fact that you have your personal interest and you want to get her out to achieve your ulterior motive.
So are you saying that it is only the NPP who are right-thinking Ghanaians?
And I'm saying that it is not the NPP. It is not the NPP guys that are shouting and calling for justice.
Who else?
Most of the people are
mention some.
Look,
there haven't been a single.
We have people that go on social media to speak against the removal of the Chief Justice.
Hey, are you sure?
There are. I don't know why some of the NDC communicators and some other people in this country want to attribute that to only NPP. It's not only NPP. It's not only NPP. You see, we clearly on this matter, I think, I know where I said, I know whatever happens, this John Dramani Mahama, the current government, will never listen to anybody. He's a very unlistened person. We know him. He won't listen to us. He won't listen to the grassroots. He won't listen to the NPP. He won't listen to anybody. But we just want, in fact, if you listen to what Evanyo Mikin said, lovely. We are not preventing you from conducting the vetting, but we don't want to be part of this abominable act. So bad. So you can go on, whatever it is, get us a Chief Justice. You are the government. You are in power. You have every right. The Constitution has given you that powers to do whatever you want to do. So you can go ahead. But one thing they have failed in their Kantian categorical imperative to understand as a government is that the Constitution has limitations, and which they are going beyond the limitations. And when that happens, you are not upholding the democratic principles of this country.
Okay.
That is why you and I, we've been time without a number. I sat here and I said, our democratic principles or pillars in this country have been undermined. This person has said this, arrest the person. This person has done this, go and arrest the person. At one length, a crime you are speed in fighting. On the other hand, you are slow in fighting it. When you are chasing after Wontumi and Co over Galamsey issues, fighting them here and there in court, and we have members of parliament that will go and fight 9 months for fighting against Galamsey, and those people are walking out there freely. Honorable Ebenezer, I think the name is Honorable Ebenezer Kweku Adu, is still working out there freely, a member of parliament. Supposedly, you are mandated to make laws to govern this country, and which the laws you are supposed to make includes the laws to protect our land, our water bodies. But the little initiatives, like I always say, the little initiatives this government is doing to fight against galamsey, a member of the ruling party is also fighting against those initiatives. And those people are walking out there freely. Pakwesi, which country have we found ourselves? This country is a different thing else. And until God himself comes down, I'm sure if God even sent Jesus Christ, he can't solve this issue unless God himself comes down to Ghana. I'm saying this, and if you ask me a million times, I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I would finally submit that John Dramani Mahama, if indeed he has come to save his image, he should try as much as possible to uphold to the true identity of our constitution. If not, we are falling apart as a country. And soon and very soon, the youth out there will take the laws into their hands. And when that happens, every government, I don't know why I'm laughing, but I'm very serious here. When that happens, we are going to see a lot of mess in this country. And it will take us years to mend all those messes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Emmanuel. Let's move into the topics for today. Have you been following the operations of the police service recently? Rescuing people. There's this particular thing, they call them the QNet or something.
QNet, yes, of course. I think they do online trading.
Yes.
You get someone, they pay you more. You invest, yes, QNet.
And some people are using their image for human trafficking. And this thing is predominantly going on between Ghana and Nigeria.
Between Ghana and Nigeria. That's what the service is.
Yeah.
That's what the service is.
Mostly, you see, one thing about, and this is no disrespect to Nigerians, but whenever a Nigerian should get an opportunity to come to Ghana, they are in a haste. I don't know why they love Ghana like that, but they are in a haste. So
maybe it's a free country where they can easily do anything and go out.
So that some of their people who are already here will just the QNS something. I can get you a job there. So if you come, so they will lure them, get them here, and then they will be using them for inhumane purposes. Very inhumane purposes. Some are working together with some Ghanaians, mostly some landlords. They pay them huge amounts of money. They give them their properties, and then they use it for these activities. So Ghanaians are complaining, Nigerians are complaining, and now they are teaming up to track down this human trafficking syndicate, and they are trying to bring sanity to that alignment. But what do you have to say with all this? What do you think is causing or is influencing this particular act of people getting into human trafficking and all?
Thank you so much. Carefully observing that topic, I think it is important that our people are well informed. And I would like to, first of all, thank the police service or whoever is involved in this, action. The Joint Task Force actions. It's a nice call and it's a nice initiative. What actually is causing human trafficking? Mostly when you look at it, it's within the ladies, the young ones, the innocent ones. So what actually is causing this is the love for money. I tell you, the love for money. Whatever it will take people to get money, some people to get money, they believe in going into it. And so human trafficking is one of the things that, to me, it has become a social canker, gradually eating into the very fabric of this country. And if there are responsible and acceptable ways to keep it, we would 100% and in full support accept it. Sometimes I believe that our system, our institutions that are established to fight against this trafficking, is not doing enough. Talk about the Ghana Immigration Service, the Human Trafficking Secretariat, and police. I think there's another one they call police anti-human trafficking unit. I think they are not doing enough. Maybe probably if they are also doing enough, then they need a lot of training or resources to do better. The cause of this is simple. These are criminals. Those who are engaging and indulging in human trafficking are criminals among us. And if you are trained as an institution to fight against criminals, investigate and get criminals or suspects, and you are not doing that, you are not doing that, and all days these activities keep tripling, then it means you are not, you are not qualified for the job you are asked to do. You understand? Yeah. So with regards to the human trafficking, it's so bad, especially if you are moving around Accra and some other countries. You see a lot of Nigerian ladies, you see a lot of Nigerian guys, even in the night. You see some people, in fact, they don't even, they are not even afraid. They have a lot of, camps. They have established parliament or camps, and they see that they smoke, they do all dubious activities and all that. We see them, police see them, they don't even do anything. I'm telling you. Drugs now has become something that is influencing everyone, especially in the northern part of Ghana.
Really?
Oh. It's something I'm conducting my research on it.
Wow.
You understand? And when a Nigerian is coming into this country, simple as ABCD, the person has already gotten his ways in.
Yeah.
Whatever the person does in this country is none of anyone's business. You understand? The system should be tightened up in the sense that we can at all time monitor and make sure when you are coming into this country or going out. In fact, let me use the two countries there. If you are leaving this country to Nigeria, or you are from Nigeria coming to this country, you are going on a genuine ground, and you know what you are going there to do and who you are going to meet.
Sure.
In the Europe and other foreign countries, that is the system they are put in place.
Sure.
You can't just get up from Ghana, go to Europe and start misbehaving.
Yeah.
So it's a nice call that we need to look at it. But in looking at it, there are certain measures we should put in place.
What are some of the measures that you
propose? Very well. I think the fight should extend beyond Ghana and then Nigeria. If we really want to fight it very well, it should be an ECOWAS coming together to fight this collectively. It's just not, when we talk about human trafficking, we should not also forget about the cyber crimes. You understand? And I can clearly tell you that Ghana, we don't share any border with Nigeria. I am looking at how we are going to fight this. We can equally we can engage with other countries that are that we share borders with. Now, when we engage with them, we can collectively fight this very well, so that anyone that is passing through any of these borders into this country, the person can be held accountable. We can assess the person. We can go through the person's documents to make sure you are coming into this country on genuine purposes. But if we just want to say Ghana and Nigeria, if we are limiting it to Ghana and Nigeria, or because we say that most of Ghanaians are found in Nigeria, Nigerians are found in Ghana, I don't think that's a before. There are many other people who are from different countries and they are found in Ghana here doing other dubious and unacceptable acts, which you may not know. You can't just say, a Burkinabe or a Gambian today and just know this person is coming from this country. They are there in this country. During days of COVID-19, when we were strictly asked to stay in our rooms, normally all those boys they were catching there, arresting and all that, they were all from Burkina Faso and some other countries. I didn't see any Nigerian there, to be honest with you. You understand? So we equally have different countries, or people from different countries that are trooping into this country to do a whole lot of dubious things. And so if you want to fight it, I think we should also engage with the other borders. Other countries that are very close to us. Or it should be like Africa, we are all coming together. We are teaming up to fight this. If we are limiting it to Ghana and Nigeria alone, we will fight it away. But we would, our focus, our attention will be on the Ghanaians and Nigerians alone. Other members from different countries that are here, our attention will not be on them. And that cannot be the best way to control it. I think the best way we can also do is to make sure we resource our institutions in this country that are already fighting against human trafficking. We should push resources to them. We should make sure we train them. If we don't have expertise to train them, why not? We can bring in expertise to train them and put this system in place, put a very clear and strong system in place to fight against human trafficking and cyber crimes in this country. If today I don't know anything about cyber crimes, if I'm recruited as a police, all of a sudden I'm found in that task force, what am I going to do? I will just be there. I wouldn't do anything. And some of these selections sometimes when you consider how Ghanaians will select people to represent or to fight against certain crimes, it is influenced by politics. I am telling you, it's influenced by politics. Just like our football association in Ghana, everything is influenced by politics. So some deeper sense, to grow as a country, we must do well to make sure that we put politics aside so that we can collectively and genuinely fight against certain crimes in this country. You understand? So our institutions like immigration services, our institutions like police units, customs and other bodies should be well resourced. They should be well trained. I think some of them don't, I don't want to say completely they don't know what they're doing. No, some of them don't really know. They have not acclimatized themselves to that, to their duties very well. They don't know what to do and what not to do. If I am supposed to fight against cyber crimes, I don't know anything about the system, the computer, and then the digitalization. How am I going to fight against it? Obviously, I can't. You understand? So it's a nice call. For me, where I said it's a nice call. You understand? But there are things that also have to put in place to assist this task force to fight very well. It is normal. All task forces have been recruiting, fight this and fight that. At the end of the day, what do we stand to achieve? Nothing. And to tell you the truth, where I also want to differ a bit is that this task force, a lot of resources will be pushed to them. This cross-border task force, if I look at it carefully, I see to it that if proper care is not taken into place, and it's going to turn out to be like other task forces that have been created in this country, we will spend our money for nothing, and no any positive or intended purpose will be achieved. And so whatever it is, all the individuals that are involved in it, they should make sure that politics is out for this. And they should also make sure that in fighting against Nigerians, other countries, or their attention is also on the other countries, including the Ghanaians that are involved in all of this. I think right from there, we would achieve our aim. Other than that, we will continue to create task forces, and we can even have everyone being recruited to be part of this. At the end of the day, things will not go the way we want. Lastly, some institutions that are established to fight against this human trafficking, most of them look up to money. You have seen a suspect, someone standing in front of you with rust or whatever, is engaged with this irresponsible attitude.
People will fight you.
No, I want to say
you are stereotyping.
No, it's okay. Sorry if they will say it that way, but I know what I'm saying. You see, there are certain ways when you appear. People look at you to be this person or that person. Today, when I was coming from North, I took a car with someone. Wherever we go to, let's say immigration post, when they come into the guy will be the first person they will pull out. He will be the first person they will pull out.
Why? Is it because of
the haircut and all that? They will look at him and say, "No, you are a suspect. Come, bring your Ghana card." And I was just there. Unfortunately, I came with someone from Gambia. The person don't even know Ghana, but the way the person dressed, They didn't even know. They didn't ask for her Ghana card. She was just there.
You came with that person.
I came with her.
When you smuggled the person into
No. We unfortunately we all bought the same car.
Oh, okay.
And she was seated close to me. She doesn't even know Accra. She came. She said her flight will be on Friday back to her country, and she need a place like a hotel. And there's a hotel around her place. So I told her she doesn't have a problem. I'll get her a hotel. So. Honestly, she's indeed a grown woman. Don't think that.
But you haven't said it.
No,
you are just being a good citizen.
Of course, you know me. Yeah, so I think so you can imagine you were busy attacking Ghanaians to be like foreigners, criminals, whilst the very criminals were well dressed, treated by us. So if I'm saying certain things, the public should not, misconstrue my speech. I'm just trying to say that sometimes these task forces or these institutions that are supposed to fight against human trafficking, they get corporates, and instead of fighting them, they take bribes from them. You understand?
Yeah.
Moving away from MPP NDC, this is the clear truth.
Yeah.
Some of our policemen, those institutions that are supposed to fight against human trafficking, they are much into what they get into their pocket. What they think about it is that, even if I submit him to the right, bodies to process him for court or whatever, what would I gain at the end of the day? So it's better I seize my money and let him go. At the end of the day, he's a human being. That's how some of them think. Yes, that is it. So we have to put our personal interests aside, make sure that we collectively fight against this human trafficking, so as to have the country we want. That's my take on it.
Well, thank you very much, Manuel. That's a very good take as well. You listening to us and watching us can also share your takes on it, and then we will definitely interact with you wherever you are. Now, Ima, and being a descendant of the northern part of Ghana, this issue with the Boku, the Mampusis and the Kusasis, it has been an age-long issue that we are even beginning to forget the root cause of this particular issue, and we are yet to find a resolution, a resolve for this issue. Finally, the Manshia Palace, headed by His Excellency the Otumfo, the Santehene, has taken it upon himself to mediate and bring peace in Boku. There's been some mediations so far, but one of the most important ones has been scheduled for 30th and then on the 1st of December. Our prayer is that finally we get things resolved. But Ima, what exactly do you think is influencing this? You come from that part, so at least you would have some more insight as to what you think is influencing it and what you think can cool it down. Let's use that word, can cool it down.
When we mean to talk about the issue of war, conflict in the northern part of Ghana, it will take us years or days. To be honest, most of us, our heart is not at peace. When we sit somewhere and hear that in the northern part of Ghana, people are fighting there. Not even in the northern part of Ghana, anywhere in the country. Peace is one of the best tools for a nation development.
Sure.
And when there's no peace, never can we think about development. Specific on Boku war, you see, that war has been rooted in what's ethnics, politics, and historical complicity. You understand?
Yeah.
I will not want to go into the ethnic today. I don't want to go into the history as well, but I want to limit myself to politics. Boku war, all the times they say that They have arrested some perpetrators and a whole lot of things, but yet we still experience that war. What at all is the issue? The issue is that politicians are so much engaged in Boko War. And most of the politicians are using it to score political points.
Okay.
And that is our headache.
Okay.
You see, no community,
Yeah.
no chief
Yeah.
is above the law of this country.
Sure.
And if Boku alone, Boku Enclave, we can put measures in place to control that community, just that community. What happens when we have regional war in this country? You can imagine. But you see, because we want to use it to score our political points, our interest is not to fight against the Boko War. Our interest is to make sure it extends at all material times so that we can get power out of it.
Okay.
And that is what I am always afraid.
So you think it's been extended because of the political
Politics.
influence?
I am
behind it?
telling you the truth.
Wow.
His lordship, that's the Ashantihini,
Yeah.
taking it upon himself to go and mediate and call for peace at that place. It's a nice initiative. You see, that man is a very good man and I love him. But when he comes back from there, he should try as much as possible to engage with John Dramani Mahama and Mama Yarga. These two individuals.
Okay. Why?
He should try as much as possible to engage with them.
Why do you say so?
Very well.
And speaking of Mahama Yarga, I think his house was even set ablaze.
During the last war.
Yeah.
If you observe Boko War, for the past 8 years, anytime there's war there, within 2-3 days, it is controlled. Its system is already put in place to control it.
Okay.
And we have never recorded a high number of deaths in Boko like the recent fight.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
A lot of people have fled away from that community, and most people, as we speak, only God knows where their souls are.
Wow.
And it is the children and the women, the weak ones, that goes through this suffering. We deprive the innocent ones of their palatable future, all because of war. Because if there's no peace, you can't even have mind to think of your future. Over the past 8 years, I think the NPP was putting a system in place to completely control Boko War. And that was alongside with Yendi. So they succeeded in Yendi. If you watch it, Abu Dhani. And I can tell you that when Nana Adu went there with his team to mediate in Yendi, we have never had two fowls fighting in Yendi as we see today. I'm telling you the truth. If you see people fighting in Yendi again, then it is about politics. Yes. It's about like voting days or something like that. Or maybe someone used a motorbike to crash another person. Then maybe there is that kind of misunderstanding. But for someone to take a gun and stand in Yendi today to say he or she is fighting because of chieftaincy, it's not there.
Okay.
It has been, I don't want to say completely. I don't want to say permanently because I never can tell what will happen tomorrow. But as you see, for the past 8 years, Yendi has embraced peace and they are enjoying it. Same was ensured at Boku. But for Boku, the politics inside was too much. If you listen to the take and comments Mama Yerga painted during 2024 elections, it was so abysmal, so discouraging, and a reasonable politician should not go to that extent. Where he said, yes, there was some kind of misunderstanding where 2 or 3 people died. And he said, when you elect me and NDC, we are going to make sure we permanently seal this war. And nobody will fight in Boko. Every one of you will be at peace. That was what's the name? Mama Yaga said. Okay. He went ahead as a member of parliament for that constituency. Mm-hmm. He went ahead and said, Boku no peace because the NPP government was not interested in fighting or bringing perpetrators to book, so as to bring everlasting peace in Boku. That was what he said. Okay. He attributed the whole blames to NPP. He deceived them. In fact, when that video got to the attention of John Dramani Mahama, who was second to be the leader of this country, he didn't say anything. It gave him that spirit, that high spirit. He went there, stood in front of the chiefs, and told them that what they are passing through in Boko is as a result of the fact that the NPP is using it for politics. It is Mahama. It's Baumia that is not interested in fighting the perpetrators. So their interest, the interest of the NPP is never to bring peace at Boko, so that they can always use it for their political games. He stood there and mentioned, should you elect me as the president of this country, I am going to make sure that Boko no peace forever and ever. And the people said, Amy. He came back. The people actually voted for NDC massively in Boko. Even some of the NPP constituency executives in Boko, because of the message shared there, went ahead, voted for NPP. NDC. Okay. There are some polling stations the NPP even recorded 0-0. Are you telling me we don't have constituency executives or polling station executives there? You can imagine the message they told the people. The people voted for you. Yeah. You got victory. You came back to Accra. And you were now massaging the issue. You have run away, leaving the comments you left there. Yeah. So you see, if you made it appear as if MPP was the reason Boko was at war, now they have given you that opportunity. You've won. You have gotten the people's votes massively. But in the long run, after winning the election, you decided to turn your back to them. The people started fighting. When the people started fighting, I tell you, for a day or two, no measures were put in place to control the fight. People were dying. Children were dying. Women were dying. That even extended to students and some other areas outside Boku. Okay. The interior minister has a lot to do. You understand? Yeah. And he can do it alongside with
the majority leader.
The majority leader.
Okay.
You understand? So the overlord going there to arbitrate, it's fine. It's a nice idea. Because all of us have always prayed that we see Boku being at peace. And so if he has taken that bold step, and I can tell you there's influence. I read somewhere where the president John Dramani Mahama went to him and pleaded with him to go to Boko, right? I don't know if he heard it. Yes, there's something like that, where John Dramani Mahama was calling on Ashanti to go to Boko, to call for peace or to engage with the two sides to bring peace. That's all it. But John Dramani Mahama should have told the people that, look, when I win, I'll bring Ashanti to solve the issue for you.
You should have told them.
Mama should have done that. So, if Ashanti should go there and come back, it is my prayers and it is our prayers that we see Boku, embracing peace and choosing peace over violence. But when he comes back from there, he should try as much as possible and tell Mama Ayerga and John Dramani Mahama to go there and apologize to the people.
Why?
Tell the people that, look, what we told you, we can't do it.
Oh, but is the same Mahama who engaged the Ashanti to step in and...
Has he ever engaged Ashanti when he was a president of this country before? No. And was that the reason the people were not fighting when NDC was on power? He said when NDC is on power, you don't see Boku fighting. As soon as they leave power, you see Boku people, Boku is at war. Is that not what he said?
Okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
And so clearly on this matter, it means that this one, it has gone out of hands. He has reasons for saying that. I thought he was going to put some beautiful initiatives. Now, if the Ashanti should go there, maybe which we don't pray for, in the next 2 or 1 day, we hear that Boku is at war again. Do we send him there? Do we finally go and build a place for him there to be staying? No, that cannot be possible. Okay. You also have to serve these people. And you know one thing about this country, boundaries, when it comes to chieftaincy, matters so much. Don't be surprised that he can even go there, speak, and the man will even listen to him. When a chief gets his place, he feels like, oh, whatever it is, I am the boss here, so you should salute me. Okay. That is the problem we have in this country. That's the problem. And so going there is not 100% guarantee that
it is going to bring.
It's going to solve the problem, but it is nice. It is a good idea for him taking a step. But for me, when he comes back from there, he should try as much as possible to engage Mama Yarga. Mama Yarga, that's your community. And I learned when he won election up to now, he has not been there. What is forcing you? How many times do you go to parliament? Weekends you don't go to parliament. Go and check on your people. They need thank you talk. Go there and do your thank you talk. You see the position of the politicians. So most of these things, most of this war we experience in this country is as a result of the fact that politicians are involving their hands in it. Look, Boku, I tell you, just a day. They can use a day, too, to solve all these issues in Boku. Okay. Just go there. Look at the issues. Look, go through the history. Whatever it is, know this person is not right. This person is right. Do it that way. Yendi, that was what they did. Okay. Yendi, that was what they did. Okay. The other side have to make sure that they listen to the decision taken by the president. Okay. And that was all. And they themselves know well that, yes, it is indeed true. We have to go this way to, to harvest peace or to reap peace in this constituency. And that was what happened. Okay. So it's just about getting to know what is actually happening in Boku. Get it at hands. Make sure you handle it without politics. When Nanadu was going there, he didn't. He see, if you see the shirts, the printers on t-shirts like that, Abu Dhani. This has to do with both NDC and NPP side. Okay. You go there as someone who is seeking to be a president of this country, someone who has been a president of this country. You go and engage with these people. Different message to them. You go and engage with these people. Different message to them. And you see, God is not just sleeping. No, I'm telling you, if it has taken us 2 years and we didn't see anybody fighting at Boku, I am telling you, John Dramani Mahama and Mama Yaga would have been walking and making noise all over, and we don't even sit with the NDC communicators. So it's surprising the NDC communicator did not appear today. I had wanted him and wanted to listen to him and listen to his take on this particular issue. So it's about time Ghanaians, in fact, politicians in this country, NDC politicians, to prioritize our rights. Okay. And our future also matters most to us. Okay. So war is not best for us. Okay. So they should try as much as possible to leave politics out of war and solve issues the way they are supposed to be handled. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Sorry. Well, looking at our last topic for discussion, well, this one I think is just of expectations. But tomorrow the Finance Ministry is presenting the 2026 budget. What are your expectations?
Very well. My expectations are simple, and every average Ghanaian will expect same tomorrow from the finance minister to force him. I would be expecting that this budget will favor farmers. Okay. You see, agriculture is contributing about 60% to the country's development. Okay. But you see, the recent prices of farm produce is walling away the interest of farmers. I'm a farmer. Okay. And I know what I'm talking about. A bowl of rice today, or possibly a bowl of maize, 10 cedis. Then the one who will go and buy that bowl of rice, maize, 10 cedis, will go and mold about 40 balls of kinky and sell one kinky 7 cedis. Yeah. And the other ingredients that will complement that kinky will be like 50 cedis. So if the person buys 2 bowls of maize for 20 cedis. Now you have 80 balls of kinky. You understand? Imagine how much, and you are selling one, let's just say 5 cedis. The lowest is 5 cedis, right? Yeah. Let's just say you are selling the 5 cedis. 5 cedis multiplied by 80. You can imagine. And that money you are going to use just 50 cedis to buy the ingredient to complement the kinky. So it means that the farmers are just doing nothing. It is rather people that transform farm produce into finishable goods or for consumptions. They are making a lot of profits. You have failed to understand how the person has invested a lot on chemicals, plowing, laborers, harvesting, a whole lot. If you have gone into farming before, you know that farmers are really suffering. Yams today, I tell you 100 tubers of yam and they will come and tell you 1,000 Ghana cedis, 1,005. Raising of yams, weeding, buying yam seeds and all that. My brother, it is not easy. Okay. Farmers are really suffering. Under this NDC government, farmers are suffering. And so if they want to really reduce the prices of farm produce, I think the government can provide fertilizers, they can assist farmers. So that when you provide them fertilizers, if you provide them what they need, you are calling for them to reduce the prices of it, fine. You have assisted the person in a way or two.
Do you think the problem